The 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League semifinals once again delivered major drama as Paris Saint-Germain secured their place in the final after eliminating Bayern Munich in a tense clash at the Allianz Arena. The second leg, played in May 2026, ended in a 1-1 draw, but that result was enough for PSG to advance with a narrow 6-5 aggregate victory. After winning a dramatic 5-4 first leg in Paris, Luis Enrique's side once again demonstrated championship mentality under immense pressure from the Munich crowd. The stadium atmosphere was electric from the opening minutes, as Bayern entered the match determined to overturn the deficit. But everything changed within moments. PSG struck early through Ousmane Dembélé in the third minute, a goal that immediately silenced the Allianz Arena and shifted the direction of the game. That goal was not merely an opener, it was a massive psychological blow for Bayern. The home side continued to press throughout the match, but they lacked sharpness and creativity in crucial moments. Harry Kane briefly kept their hopes alive with a goal during injury time, but there was too little time left to complete the comeback. On the other hand, PSG looked far more mature than in previous years. They no longer relied solely on individual brilliance, but instead played as a cohesive, disciplined, and efficient team. This victory leaves PSG just one step away from defending their Champions League title, while opening the possibility of creating a new legacy as one of modern Europe's dominant forces. From this massive encounter, there are 5 key takeaways that explain why PSG deserves to be in the final, and why Bayern once again leaves the European stage with heartbreak. Bayern's tactical mistake became the beginning of disaster. Vincent Kompany's decisions before the match became one of the defining factors behind Bayern's defeat. The Belgian manager made the surprising choice to bench Alphonso Davies from the start. Instead, Josip Stanisic played on the left side of defense, while Konrad Laimer occupied the right-back position. On paper, the decision may have been intended to provide defensive balance. However, on the pitch, those adjustments became the exact weakness PSG continuously exploited. Laimer struggled badly against Kvaratskhelia aggression from the opening minutes. PSG quickly identified the vulnerability and made it their primary attacking route. Dembélé's early goal perfectly illustrated the issue. Fabian Ruiz delivered a pass into the empty space left behind by Laimer, allowing Kvaratskhelia to move freely before setting up Dembélé, who finished with a powerful strike. The situation exposed Bayern's poor defensive coordination early in the match. Dayot Upamecano also struggled to contain the Georgian winger's rapid movement. Only after Davies entered in the second half did Bayern begin to look more dangerous. He immediately provided the assist for Kane's goal and created several threatening moments. However, the adjustment came too late. Bayern's early mistakes had already handed PSG the momentum needed to control the match. Kvaratskhelia, PSG's destructive machine. If there is one player who best represents PSG's dominance this season, it is Kvaratskhelia. The Georgian winger once again delivered an outstanding performance in the semi-final against Bayern. His assist for Dembélé's goal was not only tactically important, but also earned him a new Champions League record. Kvaratskhelia became the first player ever to be involved in goals in 7 consecutive Champions League knockout matches. This statistic highlights extraordinary consistency at the highest European level, something rarely seen in modern wingers. Since the playoff stage against AS Monaco, his contributions have consistently made the difference for PSG. What makes Kvaratskelia's performances even more remarkable is the way he influences games. He's not just a player with beautiful dribbling skills, but a genuine threat in every attacking transition. Bayern seemed to have no answer to stopping him across both legs. Laimer, Upamecano, and Stanisic repeatedly lost duels and positioning while trying to contain him. Beyond creating assists, Kvaratskhelia also actively created space for teammates and helped PSG escape pressure. With 7 goals and 3 assists in the knockout stages this season, he is now one of the leading candidates for Champions League Player of the Season. In many moments, he appeared to be operating on an entirely different level from everyone else on the pitch. Bayern's trio lost their sharpness at the worst possible time. Throughout the season, Bayern's attack had been recognized as one of the most productive in Europe. The combination of Harry Kane, Michael Olise, and Luis Diaz had produced more than 100 goals collectively across all competitions. However, in this semifinal, that sharpness suddenly disappeared. PSG successfully limited their space and forced Bayern to play far below their best rhythm. Kane barely received any clear chances throughout the match. By the time he scored in injury time, it was already too late. The goal became little more than consolation amid Bayern's major disappointment. Meanwhile, Michael Olise did manage to beat Nuno Mendes several times on Bayern's right side, but his final decisions were poor and his finishing was too predictable for Matvei Safonov. Luis Diaz also failed to provide a meaningful threat. PSG remained extremely disciplined in maintaining their defensive structure. One of the standout performers was Willian Pacho, who dominated at the heart of defense. The Ecuadorian defender repeatedly intercepted passes and won crucial duels. While Bayern's attack lost effectiveness at the most decisive moment, PSG demonstrated the qualities of a team that knows how to defend and win massive matches. PSG now stands close to a new European legacy. By reaching the final, Paris Saint-Germain now stands on the verge of major history. They have the chance to become the first club since Real Madrid in the 2010s to successfully defend the Champions League title. Such an achievement is extremely difficult in modern football due to the intense competition in Europe. Yet this PSG side looks far more mature than previous generations. In the past, they were often criticized for relying too heavily on star players and failing to function as a cohesive team. Now, under Luis Enrique, PSG looks far more collective, disciplined, and prepared to handle immense pressure. This transformation is evidence of PSG's successful long-term project. Over recent years, the Paris-based club spent enormous amounts of money chasing the Champions League trophy, only to repeatedly fail in key moments. Ironically, now they appear stronger while relying less on individual superstars. Luis Enrique has successfully created a balance between creativity and tactical discipline. PSG is no longer just a team with extraordinary attacking quality. It is also a side capable of defending solidly when necessary. The final against Arsenal in Budapest will be the ultimate test of whether they are truly ready to build a new European dynasty. Another major heartbreak for Kane and company. This defeat was an emotionally devastating blow for Bayern Munich, especially for Harry Kane and Vincent Kompany. Kane once again failed to lead his team to a Champions League final, despite enjoying a highly productive season. With his injury-time goal, he recorded his 55th goal of the campaign, an extraordinary number for a 32-year-old striker. Yet, as has happened many times in his career, incredible statistics were still not enough to deliver Europe's biggest trophy. Kane once again had to watch his team fall short just when expectations were highest. This only extends the narrative surrounding his career, full of goals but lacking major international and European titles. For Vincent Kompany, this defeat also serves as a painful lesson in his first Champions League campaign with Bayern. Although he succeeded in making Bayern competitive and securing the Bundesliga title, Europe remained the club's ultimate target. Bayern supporters still showed appreciation after the match, remaining in the Allianz stands to honor the players and coaching staff. However, the disappointment remained enormous because Bayern clearly had the quality to reach the final. Now, PSG advances to Budapest full of confidence, while Bayern must once again reflect and search for a way to recover from their heartbreak on football's biggest European stage. Paris Saint-Germain's success in eliminating Bayern Munich was far more than just another Champions League semi-final victory. It was proof that PSG has evolved into a much more mature and dangerous team compared to previous years.
They no longer rely solely on big names, but operate as a solid collective with a balance between attacking quality and defensive discipline. From Khvicha Kvaratskhelia extraordinary performances to Ousmane Dembele's efficiency to Luis Enrique's calm leadership on the sidelines, everything suggests that PSG is truly ready to defend their European crown. Now, only one match remains. The final against Arsenal in Budapest will decide whether PSG can create a new chapter in history and establish a European dynasty. However, Arsenal arrives with massive ambition as well, aiming to win their first ever Champions League title. So, who do you think will become champions? Will PSG successfully defend their title and cement their dominance? Or will Arsenal finally break their long European curse? Write your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more in-depth football analysis.